Privacy as kind of a topic was out of fashion when it came to cryptocurrency, and by extension, a lot of the privacy-focused altcoins also fell out of favor. But that's kind of starting to change. We're seeing a return to this as far as a category that people view as important, a subject that people view as important, myself included. And we're seeing a resurgence that's translating into price as well. One of the privacy coins that we're covering in this video is up over 300% in the last couple of weeks. One is up over 400% in the last 30 days. And so all of a sudden, we're seeing that enthusiasm manifest into real objective price appreciation. I am a big fan of these coins, and I'm happy to see the return of this trend because don't forget, privacy coins promise total anonymity, not just pseudonymity like most other crypto projects. We're talking about which projects are the most important, which ones are capitalizing on this trend. We're counting down 5 privacy altcoins that you really ought to have on your cryptocurrency radar for October 2025 and beyond. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest, whether that's privacy altcoins or otherwise. I wish you well. Just remember, I am not a financial or investment advisor, nor is this video official financial or investment advice. So we have to start off with just a perennial classic here in terms of cryptocurrency privacy. And so we're leaving the #1 spot open here for Monero, ticker XMR. This is pretty much the most delisted coin globally. And in a way that's feeding into its marketing. I think that's a strength, and it speaks to the quality of this project, depending on the perspective that you take, but that's my point of view. Monero doesn't offer optional privacy. It is fully private by default. It uses ring CT and stealth addresses. Ring CT stands for ring confidential transactions. And this is how Monero hides your transaction amounts. It does this by hiding transaction amounts. Monero also links senders and receivers using cryptographic ring signatures. So this offers complete anonymity, and it's an improved version of its previous ring signature features, meaning it's been evolving over the course of these years. Like with all privacy altcoins, this is great for privacy if that's kind of your #1 priority. However, there's usually a trade-off when it comes to technology, and that is the case once again here. This kind of emphasis on privacy clashes directly with AML and KYC obligations, right? Anti-money laundering and know your customer. And so by extension, that clashes with centralized exchanges, which increasingly by law have to ask for these for AML and KYC rules when you want to register. So out of actually all of today's privacy protocols that we're covering, Monero has the highest regulatory risk. And that's your call, whether or not that's an important factor for you. But in terms of the technology, Monero has a censorship-proof peer-to-peer infrastructure that's pretty impressive, actually. It is actively maintained by one of the largest open-source privacy communities in all of cryptocurrency. It's got a very active developer base with plenty of contributors, also ongoing audits. And really today, that makes it the most decentralized platform in terms of this list that we're talking about, these privacy altcoins in the video. There is no foundation, no company. Plus, Monero is also extremely censorship resistant. And so as a result, it's a common target of regulatory pressure. It's probably not too surprising. However, it's technically very difficult to block at the protocol level. Again, a testament to the technology behind it. The current price of XMR as I record is just below $329 with a market cap of just over $6 billion. It's got an unlimited token supply. That's kind of the one negative here I would have to bring to your attention. Sometimes it's a big deal, sometimes it's not, but I do have to mention it depending on how long you want to hold it for. Not the best of tokenomics, but it's not a deal breaker either in my opinion. Next on our list here, and at #2 is Zcash, ticker Z or ZEC. This is currently on the privacy altcoin list and is currently also the most popular one. And we will get to price in just a moment here, but it's worth mentioning that over the course of the last month, this token is up over 400, nearly 500%. So just a massive return to popularity in terms of the narrative here, in terms of the success of this project based on that narrative. And on the flip side of Monero, out of these privacy coins that we're looking at today, we have Zcash, which is the most compliant, I guess you could describe it, privacy coin. It is safer legally, so perhaps that's a plus. But again, there's a trade-off. The flip side of that compliance is that it is weaker technically. And Zcash supports 2 main address types. #1 is transparent addresses, or the adders. And number 2 are shielded addresses, or the Z adders. The transactions between Z addresses hide sender, recipients, and the amounts involved. To achieve privacy, it uses ZK snarks. Those are the zero-knowledge, succinct, non-interactive arguments of knowledge. That's what it stands for. And as you may know, these validate shielded transactions without revealing sensitive information. Zcash offers what are known as viewing keys. Users with a shielded address also have options. They can share transaction details with auditors or trusted parties, and that's without giving up spending protocol. However, this remains a small fraction of total Zcash transactions in many periods. And as of this month, October 2025, around 27% of ZEC supply is held in shielded pools, meaning that you can trace them by simple chain analysis. And that is a lot. That's over 4.42 million ZEC tokens. The current price of ZEC is up 13% on the day, over 400% in the last month, and nearly 500% in the last 3 months. We have a market cap of $4.219 billion and a current price of $260.57. There is a max supply here of 21 million tokens with 16.3 million in circulation. Not bad. Now, a bit of a cautionary note here. ZEC has obviously rallied very hard with the privacy narrative coming back into fashion, or whatever you want to call it. But it's in the spotlight now. It has been for several weeks and a few months now. This has been a parabolic run. I would argue that a drawback is coming and probably is imminent. This Altcoin Buzz Spotlight video is sponsored by Bitget. Because if you ever wanted an all-in-one platform for crypto, or even stocks, by the way, you've got to check out Bitget. Honestly, this exchange is changing the game, but it's much more than just an exchange. It's got spot trading, futures, margin, and even copy trading. Plus, it also supports a lot of coins and trading pairs, all with competitive fees. Security is taken very seriously too, with proof of reserves and a protection fund, together meaning that you can trade with peace of mind. No other tier 1 exchange protects your security this well. And the coolest thing is that Bitget is moving towards being a universal platform, meaning that you can now trade tokenized US stocks like Apple, Nvidia, right on the blockchain, all by using USDC without needing a traditional broker or even leading the exchange for another platform. And if you're into futures, then Bitget's stock futures let you speculate on price movements with up to 10 times leverage using a composite index of stock tokens. It's super beginner friendly and a perfect way to explore the market. Getting started is super easy. Sign up, do your ID verification, deposit USDT or USDC, and you're ready to trade. By signing up to Bitget, you also have the chance to earn bonuses of up to $6,200. Try Bitget today and get those bonuses. Here's how. Check out the links in the description of this video, but you can sign up to Bitget today using links for global users, for UK users, or this one if you're in mainland Europe. Check out the links in the description of this video. At number 3 on our list here, we're looking at Railgun and its ticker and token RAIL, R-A-I-L, which has been around since 2021, but hit the spotlight about a week ago, actually, on October 9th. That's when it went parabolic. RAIL went from about $1.24 all the way to $5.48 in only just one day. It's at $3.79 right now as I record. That $5.48 mark represents a new all-time high and a good 5x from where it was just 24 hours earlier. The current price is down from that all-time high, as you can see, but it's still up over 300% in the last month. Not too bad. We're sitting on a $217 million market cap, so just barely into the mid-cap category, not all that far from a small cap, actually. In April of 2024, it saw a similar surge. That was after Vitalik Buterin praised it on X. However, last week's surge was stronger. And the recent surge can pretty much be traced back to a post on X about the Kohaku wallet integrating Railgun. That was part of it, but it wasn't the full story. It also came with ZK multi-signatures. And of course, that was a privacy feature that Buterin himself asked for. You have to remember as well that Kohaku is an Ethereum Foundation wallet. So this is, in my opinion, a recipe for success, as the chart here certainly reflects. And Railgun does have native EVM integration, meaning there's no need for bridges or separate chains. It works within existing chains and dApps. And so this offers private DeFi and token interactions. You can also shield assets, interact privately, and then unshield if you need to go back to a public address. And like I said, it's still got a low market cap, just a little bit above $200 million. That to me represents plenty of room for growth. At number 4 here, we're looking at ALEO, A-L-E-O. And with this one, we have similarly another small cap privacy coin that we want to examine with a lot of potential. It is built entirely for private computation. We did a deep dive into ALEO in this recent video. Check that one out if you haven't seen it already. But ALEO is a privacy-focused layer 1 blockchain integrating zero-knowledge proofs, or ZKPs, to enable private by default applications. This is in contrast, of course, to traditional blockchain because those, of course, expose all kinds of transaction details and information. ALEO, however, ensures that sensitive information remains confidential, and at the same time, it maintains transparency as well as security. Its ZK snark approach allows for private transactions and smart contracts, ensuring that sensitive information is not exposed on the blockchain. However, it also introduces view keys. These allow you to decrypt your transactions for auditing purposes. And this happens without compromising the privacy of others. So it's a feature that balances user privacy on the one hand with regulatory compliance on the other, and it does so pretty elegantly. In mid-September, the big news was that ALEO went live on Binance Alpha. And that did translate into a big spike in price for ALEO a couple of weeks ago, but that has since subsided in terms of the enthusiasm. The current price of ALEO is at about 24.5 cents. In early October, it shot from 22 cents to 42 cents, so nearly doubling. But as the chart shows, it's kind of back to more of a starting point, roughly a little bit higher. It's got a $100 and just under $40 million market cap. So once again, lots of growth potential here. Last but not least here at number 5, we want to look at FIRO, F-I-R-O. This is the privacy coin with the smallest market cap that we're looking at today, just about $25 million. And the current FIRO price is $1.43 as I record. That is up 100% even, flat in the last month. So not too bad. And it does, similar to some of the other projects we've seen, it does also seem like FIRO here is riding this narrative, the current privacy wave, as that's kind of re-entering the spotlight. For whatever reason, I'm happy to see it. Like I said, I think it's always a relevant topic, but I guess now that's also being reflected as far as what the market values, which is good. And you may know FIRO as Zcoin. It is a privacy-focused coin that leverages advanced cryptographic techniques. With this, it provides you with enhanced transaction anonymity. What really sets FIRO apart is its Lelantis mechanism that allows it to burn coins, which are then anonymized within a large pool. You can then later redeem these coins without revealing transaction links or amounts or any other information. So it's a process that ensures that transactions are unlinkable and untraceable. This provides robust privacy without the need for a trusted setup. Lelantis Spark offers Spark addresses that are not searchable on the blockchain. And then additionally, transaction amounts are hidden, which of course further enhances user privacy. And so obviously that's a major win. It sets FIRO apart from other privacy altcoins in a big way. Look, I'm excited about this narrative to see, the whole privacy discussion kind of entering back into the cryptocurrency space, and to see a dollar amount in terms of people supporting the projects that are privacy focused, to see that kind of return for privacy, for enthusiasm in the crypto space, the fact that the market is valuing it. To me is a good thing. To me, it's overdue. I don't know why we abandoned this topic, if only temporarily, but that's my point of view. Let me know what you think about privacy altcoins, the topic of privacy in general, in the comments below. Also, if you want to join our online discussions, our social media discussions, they're pretty lively. They are ongoing. They are on X. They are on Discord. You can join us by clicking the links in the description of this video.